And now, tonight's presentation of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Tonight, the story of several hours spent by two people in a deserted bus shelter, and the slow realization by one that the other is quite mad. So now, with Joyce McCluskey as the woman and Vic Perrin as the man, here is tonight's suspense play, The Shelter.
This is where I turn off. Now, if I remember right, the bus stop is just around that next bend.
That's right.
There's a shelter there, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. Here we are, then. Sure you don't mind walking when it's this dark?
Oh, it's quite all right. I'm grateful to you for having brought me this far.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Well, good night and thank you.
Just a minute.
An important
You never know what these things are going to be.
It has just been reported by the authorities at the county mental hospital that one of their patients has escaped. Motorists are warned to be on the lookout for would-be hitchhikers and to report any to the highway patrol.
How about that?
This person may be dangerous. A description of the escapee will be broadcast as soon as it's available. And now, back to our music brought to you at this hour by...
Say, that's bad. Maybe I'd better not leave you here on your own.
I'm afraid you'll have to. You're in a hurry and I do want to catch the midnight bus.
If you're sure you'll be all right, the bus won't be long.
Well, I'll just walk along to the shelter and then stay there, out of sight.
Well, now, if you're sure.
Thank you once again.
It's quite all right. Good night, then.
Good night. I watched his car turn off onto a side road and fade into the night. Then I walked ahead, towards the bus stop. It was farther to the shelter than I thought. A car passed me, slowed, and then stopped 100 yards or so ahead. I could hear a door slam as someone got out. Then the car turned around and came back past me. I suppose its headlights dazzled me. For a moment I could see nothing but pitch blackness. Then I saw the shelter, like a cave in the dark mountain of trees behind. The light was out, but still the shelter was inviting, a way to get out of the night. So I went in to wait for the bus. It was unbelievably dark in there, like walking into a fold of black velvet. I could see nothing at all.
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm waiting for a friend.
Oh, it's quite all right.
I didn't mean to frighten you.
It's all right.
There's a seat here, a bench along the wall.
Thank you, I know.
You know?
I've been here before, waiting for a bus.
Oh, I see. You can find the bench all right?
Yes, thank you.
Ah, yes, you're sitting down now, at the other end.
You must have extremely good eyes.
Yes. Yes, I suppose so. You've become accustomed to the dark after a while.
Yes.
Do you know about the eyes? They say that the way to see objects at night is to avoid looking directly at them.
That's very interesting.
They say that the human eye is made up of things called rods and cones, although I can never remember which is which. The rods, or the cones, whichever it is, are in the middle. You use them for looking at things in an ordinary light. The rods are on the outside, and you sort of look sideways with them at objects at night. I'm not boring you.
No.
I'm interested in facts, are you?
Well,
I get them from the Digest, you know. It's a great place for facts.
I expect so.
It's practically all I read. And what's the use of reading if you can't talk about it, eh?
Well, I agree.
Where I've been staying, they all read the same thing. You can't tell them any facts they don't know. I like to talk. But when you start, they say, we know. And of course they do. They think you're mad or something.
That's very discouraging.
Yes. Especially when you're an old chatterbox like I am. Are you a good listener?
I think so.
That's good. Because, as I say, they wouldn't listen to me. You've gotten up?
Well, yes.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Then why did you get up?
The seat is a little hard.
I thought perhaps you were going outside to walk around.
Well, as a matter of fact, I thought I might.
Then my conversation does bore you.
No.
I think you'd better stay here in any case.
What do you mean I'd better?
Because it's not safe out there.
Not safe?
No.
What do you mean?
You don't know? It was on the radio?
What was?
Then you didn't know.
Well, no.
About the lunatic?
Lunatic?
One of the inmates from the asylum up on the hill.
You mean one of the patients from the hospital?
That is perhaps a kinder way of putting it. But just the same, they might be dangerous. So you'd better stay here, with me, where it's safe.
What did the radio say?
I didn't listen too closely, just that there'd been this escape. But we shall be all right here in the shelter. That's right. Sit down again. What was I saying before?
That you were interested in facts.
I expect you smoke.
No, I don't.
Oh. I was wishing I could offer you a cigarette, but I don't smoke myself.
What was that?
It's the branch of a tree tapping on the roof. It happens every once in a while when the wind shifts.
Oh?
Yes. I've read some interesting facts about drinking in the digest. People become addicts, yet the solution is quite simple. They should invent another habit to counter the bad one.
That sounds like a good idea.
I have all sorts of useful habits which make up for my having no vices. Counting things is one of them. You understand what I mean by counting things?
Well, not exactly.
You take wood-block flooring, for example. How many blocks would you say there were in a floor 40 feet by 15? Never mind working it out. I can give you the answer at once. It's 1,470.
Fancy.
In the same room, there are 10 iron bedsteads with rails, top and bottom. If there's a knob at the end of each rail, how many knobs altogether? No, don't try to answer. In this room, 3 of the beds have a knob missing. So the answer's 37. That's exact knowledge. Counting things is the only way of coming to exact knowledge, you know. Mathematics will let you down every time.
Well, I was never very good at math.
Approximation, that's all it is. This fellow Einstein knows that. Yes, I've read all about Einstein and the others in the digest. They're theorists, of course.
Yes?
I'm a practical man myself, and I believe in counting things.
Did you walk to the door and back again?
You couldn't see me?
I could hear your voice come and go, and I thought I saw your shadow at the door. I wasn't sure.
I knew you couldn't possibly have heard me walking.
How?
I took my shoes off. They squeak.
Oh?
Also, it isn't natural for human beings to wear shoes.
Perhaps it isn't.
When you wear shoes, you bang down on your heel too much all the time. This jars the brain. As a matter of fact, there's a lot to be said for not walking upright at all. Oh, there's that tree branch again. It squeezes your entrails all together. It's better to walk on all fours like animals do, so the internal organs hang freely inside the natural protective cage formed by the ribs. I read an article where it said that most of man's ailments...
His voice went on in the darkness. And as it went on somehow, even uneasy as I was, I stopped listening to him. I could hear another voice out of the past. Years ago. It was a loud voice, and I could overhear it from outside the window. It was talking about me.
But didn't you notice? She just walked out on me. What's the matter with that child? Surely she's not afraid of me.
I don't know. Perhaps she is.
But that's ridiculous, Martha. I was just talking. Now, what was there to be afraid of?
Well, what were you talking about?
I don't know. Nothing much. You know the way you talk to kids.
Yes.
Well, then, she got up and walked out. She looked scared.
Well, perhaps she's abnormally timid. I've noticed it before. When the Parkinsons were here, she used to go missing for hours at a time. I just couldn't find her.
Well, they were strangers to her, but she knows me, for heaven's sakes. I always thought I was her favorite uncle when she was a baby. You remember? She certainly wasn't afraid of me then.
I sometimes think her father's death affected her.
Oh?
Well, this strangeness about her, it seems to have started shortly after the accident.
For goodness sakes, Martha, it's been 2 years.
But she's only 12. She'll grow out of this strangeness.
Well, I sure hope so. Say, what are you whispering for?
Was I?
Well, yes, and you still are.
Well, I'll tell you, Will. I get the feeling when she goes missing the way she does that she hangs around, listening to conversations. I have the feeling she's listening to us now.
You do?
Yes.
Well, where then? Outside the window. I'll take a look.
No, Will, don't be a fool. That's the worst thing you could possibly do.
I got away, as always. Although Mother always seemed to know when I was around or near. Just as I always knew when she'd gone out, even though the house was so big you couldn't hear the closing of a distant door. And it's true what Uncle Will said. I was afraid. I was scared of his voice talking on and on. It was the same with all men's voices except my father. And of course he was dead. Then in the shelter, all these years later, I was listening to another voice talking on and on. Only this time it seemed I couldn't get away. Where would I run to? Out in the dark highway? And if I did get up and flee into the night, how did I know he wouldn't follow me, overtake me?
Now, these are known facts. And sitting down is bad, too. One should recline in a tilted forward position. I try to do it whenever possible, though I have to admit I'm finding it very difficult on this hard wooden seat.
Yes, I should think so.
Perhaps you think me eccentric.
Your ideas seem very sensible.
They're facts. That's... Oh, I startled you.
Yes.
I was sitting at the other end of the seat. It didn't seem sociable. I forgot for the moment that you can't see anything. I must have startled you.
You're touching me.
Why, so I am.
Take your hands off me.
Well, I was only trying...
Go away! Go away!
Be quiet! Be quiet, you little fool!
Let me alone!
I said be quiet! Be quiet.
You are listening to The Shelter, tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Gunsmoke, CBS Radio's thrilling stories of the Western frontier, is now heard twice on Saturdays. There's a daytime edition of Gunsmoke on most of these same stations, in addition to the regular evening show. Both heard Saturdays at the Star's address. This Saturday, every Saturday, hear two stories of Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, on Gunsmoke.
And now we bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Joyce McCluskey and Vic Perrin in tonight's production of The Shelter, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Then I heard the tree branch tapping on the roof. The stranger was gripping my upper arm so tight it hurt and bruised me.
I'm sorry I had to do that. To slap you. But you screamed. Why did you scream?
I was...
You're not afraid of me, are you? Because there's no need to be, you know. I had to slap you because you screamed. You were hysterical. Your scream might have attracted attention. If we stay here quietly, we shall be safe. It's so dark, no one would notice this place unless they actually knew it was here.
I suppose not.
The lunatic might be a homicidal maniac. Had you thought of that?
He's probably just a sick man.
Then why did he escape?
It must be terrible to be confined against your will. Perhaps you can't imagine what it would be like.
On the contrary, perhaps I can.
What do you mean?
Surely everyone has been hospitalized at some time or another. I'm no exception.
Then...
I've had my share.
Just being hospitalized, that's not the same.
What's the difference? You're cut off from the world against your will.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily against your will.
You think some people actually like to be cut off?
That's possible, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I was just a little surprised that you should understand that feeling. Fear. Nameless fear.
Does it have to be fear? Why not just plain choice?
It's usually fear of one kind or another, renouncing the world. That is an eerie sound.
I don't mind.
But you do mind me. Is that it?
I didn't say so.
You showed you were afraid of me just now.
I don't know why I screamed like that. It was so stupid.
Just the same, I think I'd better go.
Go?
Yes. I'll put my shoes on. I believe you would prefer to be alone. So I'll leave you here. Good night.
I didn't mean... Are you there? I didn't mean to be rude. Are you still there? Where are you? Where are you? Come back. I don't want you to leave me alone. I went to the doorway of the shelter. My eyes were more used to the darkness now. I could see the gray strip of highway stretching away in both directions. And across the road, the black tracery of trees. There was no sign of him. I stood there just inside the doorway, listening. But there was nothing to hear but the sounds of the night. And it was funny. Everything had changed. Before I'd welcomed the thought of the friendly loneliness of the shelter, but now I didn't want to be alone. My nerves were jumping with every sound. I couldn't think of anything to do but retreat to the furthest corner in the darkness and try to shut out all the thoughts of the present. And after a while, I did sort of forget, sitting there in the silence. The past came crowding back to my mind. But my terror wouldn't leave me, and all I could hear in my thoughts was the sound of my own scream. Oh, no! No, you can't make me!
All right, Martha, I've got her.
Don't hurt her, Will.
No.
You can't keep me here. Let go of me! Let go of me! You can't make me stay!
Martha,
You think I should call him now, Will?
it's up to you.
But I have to be right. I can't do this to her unless
What else can you do?
What are you planning, you two?
Now, Martha. Now that she's quieter.
I should blame myself for the rest of my life if we were wrong.
Let go of me! Let go!
There's nothing to blame yourself for, Martha. It couldn't be helped.
I'll call him now.
The sound of the trees rattling against the roof brought me back to the present. Back to the loneliness of the dark shelter. And now I was thoroughly scared. My companion of the darkness had gone. But I had an overwhelming feeling he was still out there in the night. Watching. Waiting. But as I sat huddled in my corner, listening for the slightest sound of him, I heard something else. The bus was coming. Oh, now at last I could get away. I went out to the edge of the highway to signal for it. It seemed to be going so fast. I waved my arms. There was a blinding glare of headlights. Stop! Stop! Please stop! Oh, please stop!
Well, why don't you go?
You were there.
I was never far away.
But you...
Why don't you go? It's waiting for you.
I don't know. I can't go.
It won't wait. It's too late now. You would prefer to wait here with me, wouldn't you? Come inside.
No.
My friend will be here soon.
Your friend?
I told you I was waiting for him.
Oh. Yes.
He'll be giving me a lift into town. We can take you.
I can't go.
Perhaps you believe there is no such person as my friend?
Why did he leave you here?
He'll be back soon and we can go into town. Or do you want to go back to where you came from?
I think I'd better.
Come back into the shelter.
No.
Come on.
Don't touch me.
Why are you suddenly afraid again?
I don't know.
Come inside and wait. That's the way.
Oh! What was that? Tripped on something.
Give it to me.
It's a stick. A walking stick.
Give it to me, please.
A white walking stick. It's yours.
Yes.
Then you're blind.
Yes, I'm blind.
Blind? I don't understand. You said you read all those things in the digest.
It's true. I read them in Braille. I'm afraid I frightened you. I only wanted to help.
Oh, it's strange. For the first time I can remember, I was afraid of being alone. Scared of the dark.
It's normal to be scared of the dark. I just didn't want to depress you by speaking of my own affliction. But now that you know about it, you realize that we both know what suffering is, what it is to be alone, what it is to be shut up, away from the world, because we don't really belong there.
You mustn't say that. Why should you think you don't belong?
I don't think that. I did once, at first, during the months in the hospital, but not anymore. And you?
I have to go back.
I must confess to you, my friend went to the hospital. He should be here any minute. We guessed when my friend saw you walking on the highway.
And you kept me here in the shelter while he went to get a doctor.
That's right.
I must go back. There. As soon as they come for me.
But will you have to stay? Will you want to, put it that way?
What? No. No, I don't think I will.
Then the outside world, meeting people, this is not something to be afraid of?
Not anymore.
I'm glad. Listen.
What?
I hear my friend coming.
Suspense, in which Joyce McCluskey starred as the woman and Vic Perrin as the man. Next week, the story of a man who sets out to prove that he cannot be murdered, only to find there was a slight error in his calculations. We call it The Last Letter of Dr. Bronson. That's next week on Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald, with music composed by Lucian Morowick and conducted by Lud Gluskin. The Shelter was specially written for Suspense by Don Yarrow. Featured in the cast were Helen Klebe, Herb Ellis, Dick Ryan, and Frank Gerstle.
You enjoy City Hospital every Saturday in the daytime on the CBS Radio Network.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
We beg the indulgence of the aficionados of bloodshed. We pray patience of the connoisseurs of carnage, the hoarders of horror, and those who treasure terror. Tonight we murder no one. Tonight our heroine enjoys every moment of the predicament in which we place her. Tonight we let the light of laughter into the dark corridors of suspense with one of the zaniest comedians of our time, Marie Wilson. Listen then to Miss Wilson in Star Over Hong Kong, which begins in just a moment.
Here's actress Joan Bennett.
It's terrible to try to act with a dreadful cold. To feel better quickly, I take 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve nasty cold distress.
Yes, tests of 4 leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting of all. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve aches, pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve cold distress.
4-way, 29 and 59 cents.
Here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Does dandruff dull your hair, leave scalp itchy? Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo and get rid of unsightly dandruff in 3 minutes. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep embarrassing dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water. Lather 1 minute. Rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, unsightly dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave your hair up to 35% brighter. Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo.
And now, Star Over Hong Kong, starring Miss Marie Wilson. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
One has to be on one's toes in Hong Kong. Touchy duty, one crisis after another. Had one recently nearly undid us. Movie star from America. Very beautiful girl. Too beautiful. Yes. But permit me, Randolph Harbison Smythe here, press attaché to the governor of Hong Kong. You probably never heard of the incident, managed to hush it up at the time, but now it can safely be told, and should, I believe, as a warning to the free world. It began at the Hong Kong airport. I was there to welcome a rather important member of Her Majesty's loyal opposition, who was on a fact-finding junket to the more distant outposts of our one-time empire. However, the first passenger off the plane was not the member from Upper Cotswold, but a little man in one of those dreadful Hawaiian shirts. As soon as he saw the group of native reporters who had accompanied me, he started giving orders. She'll be out in just a minute. First shot at the top of that ramp, then a couple coming down, then she'll be glad to pose for any individual shots. Now, which one of you guys is Harbison Smith? It's Harbison Smythe, and I am he. Glad to meet you, Smitty. I'm Joey Finn, Mid-Century Mammoth Studios. Now, I gotta hand it to you, Smitty. Our own people did. I must confess that I haven't the foggiest notion what he was talking about, and I couldn't have cared less. Okay, honey, action, camera. And then she appeared at the door of the plane, her arm raised in greeting, her hair framing her face in gold, her smile flashing, her tight dress enhancing that with which nature had already been over-generous. And I remembered a cable I had received 2 days ago alerting me to the arrival of Celestine Mayhew of the American cinema. I had disregarded it since it is not usually my policy to greet theatrical people, but I must say my first glimpse of Miss Mayhew convinced me that the policy would have to be revised.
All right, boys. Got everything you need? Fine. Well, Smitty, what is the program?
The program?
What you got laid on? Press conference, reception by the governor? We're in your hands.
Well, suppose we begin with first things first.
Yeah, like what?
Meeting Miss Mayhew.
Oh, sure. Hey, sweetie, come over here. I want you should shake hands with Smitty here. Mr. Harbison Smith, press attaché to the governor. That's press agent, sweetie.
Oh, how heavenly, Mr. Smith.
Oh, I'm charmed, Miss Mayhew. And it's Smythe, not Smith.
Cute. I just adore Englishmen, Mr. Smythe. They're so heavenly. And it's not true at all that they're cold, is it?
Oh, dear, no. No, not at all, Lisa. I dare say you'd like to meet the press.
Oh, yes, I just love reporters.
Gentlemen, I give you Miss Celestine Mayhew of the American cinema.
That's mid-century studio, boys.
Oh, boys, I think it's so heavenly of you to meet me. I just love Hong Kong. It's just heavenly. I do believe it's my favorite city in the whole wide world. I can't wait to try some real chop suey, the way you prepare it in Hong Kong. I'm sorry, would you repeat that question, please?
It's no question. Chop suey no belong Hong Kong. Chop suey belong in Chicago. No Chinese make eat chop suey. Chop suey for American.
Of course it is, and we love it. We are so grateful to China for it. It's so heavenly.
Okay, honey, leave them while they're laughing.
Okay, Joey. And now, are there any further questions?
Hong Kong Press Corps give humble thanks to Lady for interview.
How heavenly. Isn't it just heavenly, Joe?
Yeah. Well, Smitty, these airport arrival shots will do for a starter, but they're pretty squaresville.
Squaresville?
Yeah, we want to get some leg art with local color, like Celestine sitting in the lap of one of them Buddhas.
Oh, what a heavenly idea, Joey. Sheer genius.
I'm afraid the Chinese might take rather a dim view.
Oh, and another thing. Do you know whether the Sultan of Tekgongjima is in town?
The what?
Celestine's very big in Tekgongjima. The Sultan's her #1 fan.
Oh, yes. I'm very large with the Sultan. He's got a print of every one of my movies, and he runs them over and over. Isn't that heavenly? He writes to me all the time, and I send him all of my pin-up pictures.
I see. Did he ever send you his picture?
No.
No wonder. He's as wide as he is high. More than 300 pounds and only 5 feet tall.
Oh, cute.
With his dimensions and Celestine's, what coverage? Why, a shot of them shaking hands would push everything off the front page. When can you set it up, Smitty?
Mr. Finn, Tekgongjima is an island nearly 1,000 miles south of here, and the Sultan is its absolute monarch. With all due respect to Miss Mayhew, I doubt if he would come running up here for a publicity picture.
Well, it didn't hurt the Prince of Monaco any. And whatever grades Kelly's got, Celestine's got more of it.
That's right.
Oh, Joe, you say the nicest thing.
Wait a minute. I got a better idea. Look, that limey battleship out in the harbor. We'll shoot a layout of Celestine with all them sailors.
Oh, I just adore sailors. They're so yummy and clean cut.
You know, hands across the sea stuff. English-speaking cousins get together jazz, you know.
No, I don't, though. I don't think the Royal Navy might...
Sell it, chum. Sell it. All you got to do is point out the publicity value. With Celestine Mayhew in the picture, I can get the British Navy on the cover of Life.
What I love about you, Joey, is you think big.
Got to, honey, or you wind up in Nowheresville.
Mr. Finn, it is my duty to warn you that such a course of action might have most embarrassing consequences.
You mean no can do?
Well, yes, I suppose that's what I mean.
America's traffic accident rate is tragically high and unnecessarily so. What makes the problem so difficult to deal with are emotions, which so many people bring into play when they sit behind the wheel. Scientific studies show that most of our accidents are caused when drivers give way to childish impulses. The driver who insists on going when the traffic light says stop is behaving like a spoiled child. So's the fellow who thinks he's too important to obey the legal speed limit. So's the woman who forgets to signal other drivers when she's making a turn. To be inconsiderate of others on the highway, however, is more than mere bad manners. It's tempting fate. When you get behind the wheel of your car, remember that you're an adult. Drive with patience. Drive with courtesy. Drive with care. Safety-conscious drivers get where they're going just as fast as reckless drivers do. And more important, they arrive alive. If you plan to live to a ripe old age, act your age wherever you drive.
And now, starring Miss Marie Wilson, Act 2 of Star Over Hong Kong.
The rest of the afternoon was taken up with the dreary task of welcoming the MP from Upper Cotswold, but I must say my heart was not in it. And as soon as I could, I broke away from the governor's reception and hurried to Miss Mayhew's hotel to see if I could be of any further service to her. I was surprised and deeply concerned to find the poor girl in tears.
Oh, Mr. Smythe, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Why, whatever is the matter, Miss Mayhew?
It's Joey. He's in jail.
In jail? What for?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, one isn't incarcerated for nothing. What did he do?
Nothing. We just went for a boat ride.
A boat ride?
Yes. Joey hired one of these cute little Chinese boats, and he told the man to take us out to that big battleship in the harbor.
Oh.
Oh, they wouldn't let us on the boat.
Naturally.
And while Joey was arguing with the sailor at the gangplank, a lot of other sailors started crowding along the deck rail.
Naturally.
They waved at me and whistled. Oh, they were so cute. So I waved back.
Naturally.
And Joey took some pictures of me waving at them and them waving at me. And that's when they arrested him. Oh, Mr. Smythe, what am I going to do? Here I am, all alone in Hong Kong.
You're not alone, my dear Miss Mayhew, no. I'm here.
I don't know what I'd do if you weren't. Mr. Smythe.
Why don't you call me Randolph?
Cute. Randolph.
Thank you, Celestine.
My close friends call me Sally.
Silly?
It is, isn't it? But it's short for Celestine.
Oh, Sally.
That's right, Randy.
Yes. Well, we must try to get Mr. Finn out of jail.
Oh, yes, poor Joey. He's simply got to be back here by 7 o'clock.
Well, I am not sure that I can have him released that soon.
But who's going to take me to the party?
What party?
The man who owns all the big movie theaters here in Hong Kong. He's giving a dinner in my honor. I just can't go alone.
No, of course you can't. I have it.
What?
An idea. Now, if I'm unable to procure Mr. Finn's release by 7 o'clock, would you permit me to escort you?
Oh, Randy, I was hoping you'd say that. It'll be just heavenly.
My heart wasn't really in getting Mr. Finn released, but I went through the motions, confident that the port security officer would be reluctant to let him go. He was.
By rights, Mr. Smythe, I should hold you responsible for this mess.
Me, Captain? Why?
Oh, you're the press attaché. These types are your responsibility. However, he's ours now.
Well, what are you holding him for?
Violation, Official Secrets Act.
Oh, now, come on, Captain. Whatever else he may be, this Finn chap isn't a spy.
The law is very explicit. The foredeck of HMS Lionheart is classified. Guided missile installation, all that sort of thing. And he was caught in the act of photographing it.
No, he was photographing Sally. Miss Mayhew with the sailors in the background.
And the guided missiles.
A pure coincidence.
Quite.
Well, I'd like to make arrangements for his release.
Negative. This is a matter for the Admiralty. May take months.
But, what about Miss Mayhew?
I am afraid, Mr. Smythe, that Miss Mayhew is your problem. Bitter?
Yes, isn't it? Oh, well, I've done what I could. Perhaps I could do more tomorrow. But right now I was late for my engagement with the celestial Celestine. And I hurried home to change. I was just putting the last stud in my dress shirt when the phone rang. Harbison Smythe here.
Hello!
Oh, hello, Sally. I'm just leaving.
Well, don't pick me up at the hotel, because I'm not there.
Oh?
No, you see, this charming Chinese gentleman called for me, and he just wouldn't take no for an answer. He said they were all waiting for me and everything. And since you are just a wee bit late, I knew you wouldn't mind my running on ahead.
No, perhaps you just as soon I didn't come at all.
Well, of course not, silly boy. It's just a heavenly party. Oh, man, isn't that heavenly? And they're all smoking divine little pipes.
What? Oh, good heavens, Celestine, don't you smoke any of that.
Oh, don't worry, Randy. I wouldn't think of smoking a pipe. It's so unladylike.
Celestine, this is a man who called for you. What was his name?
It was a cute name. Funny but cute. Something like Wong Fat.
Celestine? Celestine? That's rather a poor show. I rushed to the home of the theater owner. There was a party there, all right. The guests were chatting and sipping cocktails, and the air was filled with the fragrance of women's perfume without a trace of the smell of opium. There was only one thing wrong. The guest of honor, Celestine May, who had not yet arrived, and I had a terrible suspicion that she never would.
When acid indigestion slows you down, get relief quickly, safely, effectively. Settle the upset fast with a modern antacid that goes everywhere with you.
Little you know about the little white tablet in the little green pocket roll. Just a-waiting for the moment when you need 'em to bring your acid indigestion under control. Chums are the little white tablet in the little green pocket roll. Chums for the tummy, T-U-M-S. Bring relief quicker than you'd ever guess. Best for any kind of acid distress. pocket roll. Keep your tummy under Tommy's control.
No acid rebound with modern Tums. What Tums? 10 cents. 3-roll pack a quarter, or the new Tums 6-roll pack with free metal carrier, 49 cents.
And now, starring Miss Marie Wilson, Act 3 of Star Over Hong Kong.
I drove at once to the port security office, but the captain wasn't there. Nor was he at home or at his club. Well, at last I located him by phone at the home of the theater owner, where he had gone, presumably, to investigate Celestine Mayhew at close hand.
Won't your business wait until morning, Mr. Smythe?
No, I don't think so. Captain, you've got a kidnapping on your hands.
It's a common crime in the Orient.
Not when the victim is Celestine Mayhew.
Oh, nonsense. She's due here any minute.
But she'll never arrive. She was lured from her hotel by a man named Wong Fat something or other. Now, does the name mean anything to you?
Well, I'd have to consult my files.
Well, just off the top of your head, do you know any Wong Fats?
I seem to remember a Wong Fat Lee. We executed him for murder a few months past.
That's the wrong Wong.
Then there's Wong Fat Chung. You must know him. He's a charming chap. He's pastor of the Victoria Presbyterian Church.
Sounds like an unlikely suspect. Oh, she said it was a cute name just before the line was cut.
Cute name? Would Miss Mayhew consider Wong Fat Toy a cute name?
She might. What about him?
Slippery customer. We've been watching for him for some time. We've never been able to take him into custody.
But why is he under surveillance?
Oh, he's in the export business, but we have reason to believe that his real occupation is smuggling. He does a lot of trading with the islands down toward Borneo, Celebes.
Wait a minute, including the island of Tekkongjima?
Yes. I believe he claims to be a sort of personal representative of the Sultan of Tekkongjima.
That's our man. Where can we find him?
Oh, he lives, he's go down on the dock near Queen's Pier.
Well, let's get cracking and I'll meet you there.
All right, old boy.
I got to the dock first. The place was deserted, but at the end of the pier was a big junk, and on its foredeck was a pile of luggage that I had seen before that day. Celestine Mayhew's luggage. The stern line had already been slipped, and the coolie was casting off the bar line. I leapt onto the afterdeck, and an instant later, a huge Chinese leapt onto me. The rest was silence for a while. When I came to, the first thing I saw was the port captain slapping handcuffs on the last of the sailors, and the next thing I saw was Celestine Mayhew, and she appeared to be quite upset.
I really think you owe me an explanation, Randolph. Mr. Wong has just been heavenly to me all evening, and he was just about to take me for a moonlight boat ride when you had to go and spoil everything.
That would have been quite a boat ride, Celestine.
What do you mean?
Well, no doubt you're being too busy to notice the cargo on the forward deck.
What are you talking about?
Your luggage. My guess is that your moonlight boat ride was a trip to Tekkongjima.
We must not leave? Well, why did you go and stop it? It sounds like a heavenly trip.
One way. Did the Sultan ever mention his wives when he wrote to you?
Wives?
Yes, wives. 34 of them. Last time they were counted, and I'll wager quite a few of them were provided this way by Mr. Wong.
Well, Wong, do you wish to make a statement now, or must we force one from you later?
It is as the brash one says. Sultan Tekkongjima, good friend a long time. He not like 34 wives. He only wants this lady. Soon Sultan have a birthday. I bring him lady for birthday present.
Isn't that a charming thought? Me a birthday present for a sultan. Why, really, it's just...
Heavenly? Well, we managed to get Celestine checked back into her hotel in as good condition as she left it, and I bade her good night, promising to meet her for lunch the next day. But when I arrived, she had checked out again. And no one could or would tell me where she'd gone, so once more I went to the port captain.
Now, there's nothing to get excited about, Mr. Smythe. Miss Mayhew's quite all right. I saw her off at dawn myself.
Oh, where to? Singapore?
Oh, heavens, no. We should not want to embarrass another of Her Majesty's possessions. Oh, no. I went to the trouble of laying on a Royal Air Force bomber which will take them non-stop to Guam. I thought it better for all concerned that they should return to and remain on American soil.
They? Is Mr. Finn with her?
Indeed he is.
But what about the spy charge you were holding him on?
Oh, there are sometimes higher considerations, Mr. Smythe, such as world peace.
I don't understand.
Now, supposing Wong Fat Toyd successfully spirited Miss Mayhew to the Sultan of Tekkonjima, do you think for a moment that the American government would submit to such an indignity? Oh, no. The American Seventh Fleet would have become involved, and inevitably certain units of the British Navy. And what with the state of the world today, who knows where the affair would have ended.
Yes, I see what you mean. I hadn't looked at it quite that way.
It's a pity you didn't. I tell you, Smythe, that girl was the fuse that could have ignited the powder keg of Asia.
Oh, I dare say. Still, I should have liked to have had an evening of her company.
Oh, so would I. Oh, boy, well, so would I. But there are times, in peace as well as in war, when we must make sacrifices above and beyond the call of duty. Suspense, in which Marie Wilson starred in Star Over Hong Kong, written, produced, and directed by William N. Robeson. In a moment, the names of the supporting players and a word about next week's story of Suspense.
Each weeknight over CBS Radio, the men behind two of the most familiar voices in the land, Edward R. Murrow and Lowell Thomas, bring word of the day's important happenings to a listening America. Both Edward R. Murrow and Lowell Thomas have highest personal standards of responsibility of professional ethics as newsmen. You'll find that the news takes on added clarity and meaning. You'll be left with a better understanding of the day's news events when you hear Edward R. Murrow and Lowell Thomas each Monday through Friday night over most of these same CBS radio stations.
Supporting Marie Wilson in Star Over Hong Kong were Ben Wright, Charlie Lung, Ramsey Hill, and Norm Alden. Listen. Listen again next week when we return with Mr. Herbert Marshall in Waxworks. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Miss Wilson is currently appearing in Ken Murray's Blackouts at the Ritz Theater in Los Angeles.
The latest news follows, then Have Gun Will Travel on CBS Radio. 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 CBS Radio.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
There is an old definition which describes the theater as a plank on two barrels and a passion. Analogously, we might describe radio drama as a microphone, a voice, and a story. Tonight we have all three and little else. Little else is needed when the voice belongs to an actor of the stature of Herbert Marshall. We present him without supporting players, without sound effects, and no more than the usual musical trimmings. His voice is all that's needed to strike terror to your heart. So send the more impressionable small children out of the room, dim the lights, settle back and listen, as Mr. Marshall stars in A.M. Burridge's chilling story, The Waxwork, which begins in just a moment.
Here's Frankie Lane. I never feel like singing with a bad cold, so I take wonderful 4-way cold tablets to relieve my cold misery fast.
Right. Tests of 4 leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting of all. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve aches, pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, Also overcomes irregularity.
So when you catch cold, take my advice. Take 4-way cold tablets. It's the fast way to relieve those nasty cold miseries and feel better quickly.
4-way, 29 and 59 cents.
Here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water. Lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today.
And now, The Waxwork, starring Mr. Herbert Marshall. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
While the uniformed attendants of Mariner's Waxworks were ushering the last stragglers through the exit, the manager sat in his office interviewing Raymond Hewson, a young journalist somewhat down on his luck. The manager was speaking. It used to be said years ago that Madame Tussauds would give a man £100 for sleeping alone in the Chamber of Horrors. I hope you don't think that we have made any such offer, Mr. Hewson. By the way, what is your paper? I'm freelancing at present. However, I should find no difficulty in getting the story printed. The Morning Echo would use it like a shot. A night with Mariner's murderers. Oh, very well, Mr. Hewson. I must warn you, it's no small ordeal that you're proposing to undertake. I own I shouldn't care to take it on. I should hate having to spend the night alone in the murderer's den. Why? Well, those waxworks represent the lowest and most appalling types of humanity. The whole atmosphere of the place is unpleasant, and if you are susceptible to atmosphere, I warn you that you are in for a very uncomfortable night. Hewson had known that from the moment the idea had first occurred to him. His soul sickened at the prospect. But here was a chance not to be missed. The price of a special story in the Morning Echo. Besides, if he wrote the story well, it might lead to an offer of regular employment. The manager smiled and rose. Well, I think the last of the people must have gone by now. Oh, one condition I'm afraid I must impose on you. I must ask you not to smoke. We had a fire scare down there this evening. I don't know who gave the alarm, but whoever it was a false one. Fortunately, there were very few people down there at the time, or there might have been a panic. And now, if you're ready, I'll take you down to the murderer's den.
In a moment, we continue with the second act of Suspense.
Here comes Elmer Blurt, world's lowest pressure salesman.
Nobody home, I hope. It says here, J.P. Pullum, dentist. You wouldn't want to buy a new 1959 Rambler, would you, Doc?
You are a lucky man. I just happen to have a vacancy. Sit down.
Yeah, but Doc...
Open wide. Oh, that's right. You know, you don't have to sell me on the 59 Rambler. It's first in economy, first in sales gains, and no wonder. Rambler has the best of both. Big car room, small car economy.
Yeah, but Doc...
Oh, relax. Can't you salesmen ever stop selling? You know, Rambler's got quite an idea with that personalized comfort. Independently adjustable front seats, adjustable headrests, easiest parking and handling in America. Well, that 59 Rambler is so terrific it makes you want to put your foot right down on the accelerator. No, that didn't hurt, did it?
Oh, gosh, Williker, no, that's my lower plate you've been drilling.
Rambler continues to pass car after car in sales. In state after state, Rambler now outsells all but 2 other makes. Come see why. Drive the success car at your Rambler dealers.
And now, starring Mr. Herbert Marshall, Act 2 of The Waxwork.
The murderer's den in Mariner's Waxworks was an eerie and uncomfortable chamber. A chamber whose atmosphere invited its visitors to speak in whispers. The waxwork murderers stood on low pedestals.
Recent notoriety has rubbed dusty shoulders with the old favorites. Thurtell, the murderer of Weir, stood as if frozen in the act of making a shop window gesture to young Bywaters. There was Lefroy, the poor half-baked little snob who killed for gain so that he might ape the gentleman. Within a few yards of him sat Mrs. Thompson, that erotic romanticist, hanged to propitiate British middle-class matronhood. Charles Peace, the only member of the vile company who looked uncompromisingly and entirely evil, sneered across at Norman Thorne. The manager pointed out several more interesting of these unholy notabilities. That's Crippen. I expect you recognize him. Insignificant little beast who looks as if he couldn't tread on a worm. That is Armstrong. Looks like a decent, harmless country gentleman, doesn't he? There's old Vaquier. You can't miss him, of course, because of his beard. And this one. Who's that? Hewson asked in a whisper. Oh, have a good look at him. This is our star. He's the only one of the bunch that hasn't been hanged. The figure which Hewson had indicated was that of a small, slight man, not much more than 5 feet in height. It wore little waxed moustaches, large spectacles, and an opera cape. There was something so exaggeratedly French in its appearance that it reminded Hewson of a stage caricature. He could not have said precisely why the mild-looking face seemed to him so repellent. Who is he? That, said the manager, is Dr. Burdett. Hewson shook his head doubtfully. I think I've heard the name, but I forget in connection with what? Oh, you would remember better if you were a Frenchman. A little while back, that man was the terror of Paris. He carried on his work of healing by day and of throat-cutting by night. He killed for the sheer devilish pleasure it gave him to kill. And always in the same way. With a razor. But at last he left a clue behind him which set the police upon his track. But he was too clever for them. When he realized that the coils were closing about him, he mysteriously disappeared, and ever since, the police of every civilized country have been looking for him. However, there is no doubt that he managed to do away with himself, and by some means which has prevented his body coming to light. I don't like him at all. What eyes he's got. Yes, this figure's a little masterpiece. You find the eyes bite into you? Well, that's excellent realism, then, for Burdett practiced mesmerism and was supposed to hypnotize his victims before dispatching them. Indeed, had he not done so, it is impossible to see how so small a man could have accomplished his ghastly work. There were never any signs of a struggle. I thought I saw him move. Well, you will have more than one optical illusion before the night's out, I expect, sir. I'm sorry I can't give you any more light, but all the lights are already on. For obvious reasons, we keep this place as gloomy as possible. Well, good night, Mr. Hewson. The manager had provided an armchair for Hewson, who immediately turned it so that his back was towards the effigy of Dr. Burdett. For some undefined reason, he liked Dr. Burdett a great deal less than his companions. The dim, unwavering light fell on the rows of figures which were so uncannily like human beings that the silence and the stillness seemed unnatural and even ghastly. He missed the sound of breathing, the rustling of clothes, the 101 minute noises one hears when even the deepest silence has fallen upon a crowd. And the air was as stagnant as water at the bottom of a standing pond. It must be like this at the bottom of the sea, he thought. He faced the sinister figures boldly enough. They were only waxworks. So long as he let that thought dominate all others, he promised himself that all would be well. It did not, however, save him long from the discomfort occasioned by the waxen stare of Dr. Bourdette, which he knew was directed upon him from behind. The eyes of the little Frenchman's effigy haunted and tormented him, and he itched with a desire to turn and look. At last, the compulsion was too great, and he slewed his chair round and looked behind him. The image of the dreadful little doctor seemed to stand out with a queer prominence. Hewson flinched before the parody of mildness which some fiendishly skilled craftsman had managed to convey in wax, met the eyes for an agonized second, and turned again to face the other direction. He is only a waxwork like the rest of you. You are all only waxworks. They were only waxworks, yes, but waxworks don't move. Not that he had seen the least movement anywhere, but it struck him that in the moment or two while he had looked behind him, there had been the least subtle change in the grouping of the figures in front. Crippen, for instance, seemed to have turned a degree to the left. Or, thought Hewson, perhaps the illusion was due to the fact that he had not returned his chair to its exact original position. He had neither seen nor heard a movement, but it was as if some sixth sense had made him aware of one. He looked straight into the vapid countenance of Lefroy, which smiled vacantly back as if to say, "It wasn't I." Of course it wasn't he, or any of them. It was his own nerves. Or was it? He swung round quickly to encounter the mild but baleful stare of Dr. Bourdette. Then, without warning, he jerked his head back to stare straight at Crippen. He nearly caught Crippen that time. You'd better be careful, Crippen, and all the rest of you. If I do see one of you move, I'll smash you to pieces. Do you hear? This would not do. This distinctly would not do. These figures grouped around him were only dummies made of wax and sawdust. They stood there for the entertainment of morbid sightseers and orange-sucking trippers. But it was no good. He knew the effigy of Dr. Bourdette was staring at him. He could feel the two places where the gaze of those piercing eyes pressed into his back. He turned halfway and tried to steal a glance at the figure, but instead he felt himself whirled around to face those dreadful, hypnotic eyes. You moved! Yes, you did. You moved. I saw you. You moved. Then he sat quite still, staring straight before him like a man found frozen in the Arctic snows. Dr. Bourdette's movements were leisurely. He stepped off the pedestal with the mincing care of a lady alighting from a bus, and then quietly sat down on the edge facing Hewson. Bonsoir, monsieur. Something tells me that you are nervous. My dear sir, have no illusions. I am not one of these contemptible effigies miraculously come to life. I am Dr. Bourdette himself.
In a moment, we continue with the third act of Suspense.
Do you know about the little white tablet in the little green pocket roll? Just a-waiting for the moment when you need 'em to bring your acid indigestion under control. Tums are the little white tablets in the little green pocket roll. Tums for the tummy, Tums. Bring relief quicker than you'd ever guess. Best for any kind of acid distress. Keep 'em handy in the pocket roll. Keep your tummy under Tums control.
Tums are fast, effective, and safe. Tums relieve the discomfort of acid indigestion quickly, with no danger of acid rebound, sometimes caused by harsh alkalizers. Always carry Tums, 10 cents. 3-roll pack, a quarter. New Tums 6-roll pack with free metal carrier, 49 cents.
And now, starring Mr. Herbert Marshall, Act 3 of The Waxwork.
Houston sat immobile, staring at the mild little murderer. He could see, he could hear, but he could not move a muscle, and he could not tear his eyes away from Dr. Bourdette's hypnotic eyes. The doctor continued in his easy manner. The circumstances have made it desirable that I should live in England. I was close to this building this evening when I saw a policeman regarding me a little too curiously. I guessed that he intended to follow and perhaps ask me embarrassing questions, so I mingled with the crowd and came in here. A coin bought my admission to the chamber in which we now meet, and an inspiration showed me a certain means of escape. I raised a cry of fire, and when all the fools had rushed to the stairs, I stripped my effigy of the cape which you behold me wearing, donned it, hid my effigy under the platform at the back, and took its place on the pedestal. The manager's description of me, which I had the embarrassment of being compelled to overhear, was biased, but not altogether inaccurate. Clearly, I am not dead, although it is as well that the world think I am. His account of my hobby, which I have indulged for years, although through necessity less frequently of late, was in the main true. For you see, the world is divided between collectors and non-collectors. With the non-collectors, we are not concerned. The collectors collect anything according to their individual tastes, from money to cigarette cards, from moths to matchboxes. I collect fruits. He paused again and regarded Houston's throat with interest mingled with disfavor. I am obliged to the chance which brought us together tonight, and perhaps it would seem ungrateful to complain. From motives of personal safety, my activities have been somewhat curtailed of late, and I am glad of this opportunity of gratifying my somewhat unusual whim. But you have a skinny neck, sir, if you will overlook a personal remark. I should never have selected you from choice. I like men with thick necks, thick red necks. He fumbled in an inside pocket and took out something which he tested against a wet forefinger, and then proceeded to pass gently to and fro across the palm of his left hand. This is a little French razor. The blade, you will observe, is very narrow. They do not cut very deep, but deep enough. In just one little moment you shall see for yourself. I shall ask you the little civil question of all polite barbers. Does the razor suit you, sir? He rose up, a diminutive but menacing figure of evil, and approached Houston with the silent, furtive step of a hunting panther. You will have the goodness to raise your chin a little. Thank you. And a little more. Just a little more. Ah, thank you. Merci. Merci, monsieur. Merci, merci. Over one end of the chamber was a thick skylight of frosted glass, which by day let in a few sickly and filtered rays from the floor above. After sunrise, these began to mingle with the subdued light from the electric bulbs, and this mingled illumination added a certain ghastliness to a scene which needed no additional touch of horror. The waxwork figures stood apathetically in their places, waiting to be admired or execrated by the crowds who would presently wander fearfully among them. In their midst, Houston sat still, leaning far back in his swivel chair. His chin was up-tilted as if it were waiting to receive attention from a barber. And although there was not a scratch upon his throat, nor anywhere upon his body, he was cold and dead. Dr. Baudet on his pedestal watched the dead man unemotionally. He did not move, nor was he capable of motion. But then, after all, he was only a waxwork.
Suspense, in which Herbert Marshall starred in William N. Robeson's production of The Waxwork, written by A.M. Burridge and adapted for radio by Mel Donnelly. In a moment, a word about next week's story of Suspense.
Do you have trouble getting your husband to talk frankly about the intimate and important things in your married life? All too often, a husband's reluctance to talk about sex, money, or the children can destroy a happy marriage. Be sure to read one woman's real-life solution to this problem in the new March issue of McCall's magazine, now at your favorite newsstand. In all, you'll find more than 40 exciting features in this big new issue of McCall's. Read 15 practical, down-to-earth ideas on how you can earn an extra $1,000 this year by doing just a few hours' work each week. Learn Debbie Reynolds' side of the strange divorce story that wrecked Hollywood's ideal marriage. And see many full-color photos previewing the newest styles and hairdos that women will be wearing this spring. Don't miss the fascinating March issue of McCall's with more than 40 exciting features for you and your family. Buy the new March McCall's at all newsstands now.
Listen. Listen again next week when we return with Myron McCormick in Madman of Manhattan. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. The latest news follows, then Have Gun Will Travel on the CBS Radio Network. 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 Network.
Radio 59, Albany, New York. WROW, the Tri-City's #1 station for news.
And now, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Now, the story of a prize fighter who turned into an opera singer. Talk About Caruso by Milton Geiger.
All right, Arrigo. I've seen enough.
There are 2 more bouts.
I want to talk to Joe Trenton.
Francesca, I can't allow you to become infatuated with this third-rate prize fighter. Remember who you are.
I tell you, he has talent. The man has a voice.
A glass jaw does not necessarily imply a crystal voice.
Well, I must talk to him. Now, in his dressing room.
Shut up, you lousy singing, you hear me? My boy, I invest my money and my time and bet on a palooka who goes into the ring hollering some lousy garlic music. Shut up, you lousy music, I'm talking to you! Me, Harry Galt!
I sing because I like to sing and because it's good box office. You notice the women at the ringside? Classy babes, and they're there to see me, Joe Trenton, the singing slugger. And my looks don't hurt either.
Maybe that's why you dive so early, to save your looks.
All right, Caruso, you're finished with me.
That's okay with me, Galt. I'll get me another manager.
I got a contract with you. Says I own 50% of you. And you don't fight for me, but you don't fight for anybody else, see?
Now, wait a minute, Galt.
Sing that one to the ringside.
Galt, I gotta live.
The last thing in the world I'm interested in, Joe. So look out. So long, Caruso.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's all yours, lady.
May I come in, Mr. Trenton?
Sure, come in. Close the door. It's a draft in the dressing room.
I'm Francesca Lombard. I'm a singer.
Francesca Lombard, the City Opera. Sure.
I saw the fight, Mr. Trenton.
Ah, you saw me on my worst night.
I've seen you on other nights.
Oh?
Have you ever considered singing as a career?
Well, not seriously.
No, you have a pleasant voice. It's untrained, and I don't think it'll ever be really good.
Gee, everybody's so nice to me tonight.
Oh, you've had some interesting publicity already. I think that with more publicity on a different level, your looks, my influence and connections, I think something interesting could be done.
You're kidding.
Are you interested?
Am I interested?
Then I want you to meet Arrigo Carrera, general manager of the opera, and my dear friend, Joe.
In just a moment, we will return for the second act of Suspense.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips. It's not polite to smack your lips, but you can't help it with Fritos, corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Fritos are the perfect after-school or between-meal snack. Golden chips of corn just made to munch. A nutritious treat for children and grown-ups alike. Fritos corn chips are full of such good, crisp flavor, such good-for-you nourishment, there's contentment in every munch.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Whenever you want good munching, get Fritos corn chips. Whenever you want to add zip to a lunchbox, to salads, soup, or sandwiches, serve Fritos corn chips. They're America's favorite. Fritos corn chips.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Listen to this one in Variety, friend. Joe Trenton, set to be getting $20,000 for 3 weeks' toil at Las Vegas, sings and boxes for his supper. True, he sings like a fighter and fights like a singer, but 20 grand for 3 weeks of light calisthenics is not trivial. This is more hay than Joe ever made as a haymaker, by far. Cute, huh?
Very cute.
I like it. Know what I mean?
Look, here's one. Joe Trenton, billed as the singing slugger, sings as he once slugged. Passably, but there is a talent there. He does have charm and a nifty physique, and if he sings opera under forced draft, at least it's a dreamboat under forced draft. Ask any of the Mink and Ermine at the ringside tables.
Great.
I think I'm jealous.
They still don't get it out of their heads that I used to be a fighter.
Well, you still have a way of slipping off a quarter of a note.
So a little rosin will fix that.
And a lot of practice, Joe.
Gonna get me that Ed Sullivan shot?
You're on 3 weeks from this Sunday.
I like you.
Thank Arrigo. He arranged it.
Thanks, baby, for arranging with Arrigo to arrange it with Sullivan.
Oh, you are so welcome, Joe. Joe. The phone.
Let it ring. Look, Arrigo, I'm big box office every place else. It's time I was box office at the opera.
You are insane.
Oh, stop, both of you.
Look, I can act good enough. I can sing.
Just barely.
So I'll barely sing. I'll sing Radames and Aida stripped to the waist. That'll give the folks a treat. You know I'm not one of these blubbery tenors. You know what I mean.
Francesca, what do you want me to do?
Oh, please, Arrigo.
I'll see what can be done. We'll answer the door for you, Joe. Come, Francesca.
You look big, Arrigo. The likable image of a young singer of humble beginnings and all.
I'm looking for Joe Trenton.
He's here.
Who is it?
A baritone. Good day, sir.
Who?
Me, Joe. Harry Galt, remember?
Harry Galt. How are you? How are Eddie and Larry? How's Mart?
Eddie and Larry are fine. Marty's not so good. He's dead. But you're doing fine, Joe. TV, Vegas, records, huh?
I recommend every palooka should study music.
Well, I don't want to keep you from your practice and so forth, so we'll just sit down and settle up our accounts, huh, Joe?
Accounts?
50% of Joe Trenton. That's what the contract says. Remember?
Wait a minute, Galt. I'm not a fighter now. I'm a singer.
Oh, yeah. Look at your contract, singer. It says the syndicate, meaning me, Harry Galt, owns 50% of every buck you earn, no matter how. You fight, or peddle shoelaces, or sing loud Italian songs, it's all the same. I get my 50% ironclad.
You're a liar.
Read the contract, bum.
Don't call me a bum.
$100,000, Joe. I figure that ought to about cover what you owe me for the first year, give or take a buck.
Get out of here.
You're talking to Harry Galt, bum.
Don't call me that.
Bum.
I warned you. I warned you, Galt. Get up.
Sure. And now I'll tell you, Joe. You made a big mistake belting Harry Galt. You couldn't buy back that belt you gave me for no amount of money now.
Out!
So long, singer.
In a moment, we will return for the third act of Suspense.
Welcome, recording star Mel Torme.
It's terrible trying to sing with a bad cold. So I always take 4-way cold tablets to relieve cold miseries fast.
Good idea. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Our program will continue in a moment after a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute, then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today.
Attention! Listen to me, everybody! Announcement! Joe. Rico, where's Joe?
Right behind you.
You've been drinking too much, friend.
This is an occasion. Everybody, listen! With the permission of Maestro Arrigo Carrera, whom we all love, it's my great joy to tell you
Arrigo,
that Joe will make his operatic debut 1 month from tomorrow, singing Radames in Aida. Joe isn't a preliminary boy anymore. He's made the main bout. Give him a hand.
Did she have to get it in that I was a prelim bum once?
Shut up and drink to yourself.
She's drunk.
Whose fault is that?
Joe, aren't you going to sing something?
I get paid for singing.
Well, it's customary after such announcement.
Now, with me it isn't.
Joe, instead, is going to match that other great tenor, Enrico Caruso,
and shatter a wine glass with one mighty note. Aren't you, Joe?
What?
Oh, no, Arrigo.
Why not, darling? Anything that Caruso did, Joe can do better.
Maybe I can.
Oh, it's just a legend, Joe. Nobody's proved it.
On the other hand, they do say that Yasha Heifetz could shake down the Empire State Building by playing just the right note on his violin.
Only Heifetz would prefer to shake down the Chrysler Building. Know what I mean, huh? Fritz, Chrysler, his rival fiddler, huh?
We get it, Joe.
You do? Well, get this. If anybody else did, I can do it, yeah.
Bravo.
Give me your glass, wise
Joe,
guy.
don't.
Shut up.
First, you get the tone of the empty glass by flicking it with your fingernail.
Okay.
Impossible.
Here goes.
If at first you don't succeed...
It's impossible.
Again, Joe?
Until it breaks.
Or a blood vessel does. Oh, well.
All right, let me catch my breath, that's all.
Arrigo, why did you?
He might learn the lesson of humility from it.
Here's my champagne glass. Scratch it with your diamond ring.
Scratch the glass and spoil the lesson.
Do as I tell you if you love me.
Very well. But I wish I had begun my career as a third-rate prize fighter.
Joe, you'll ruin your voice. Now I want you to stop. Give me the glass.
When I've broken it. Look out!
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, plenty of glasses. Glass
Look,
here.
take mine since you insist. For luck.
All right, luck. Here goes. Yeah?
Joe, I'm waiting for you.
Waiting where? What for?
Well, at the Opera House. We were going to run through some of your music, just the two of us and an accompanist.
Oh, that's right. I'll be down in half an hour. Look, all right, I told you. I'll be down at your crummy Opera House in a half an hour.
You didn't tell me, bum.
Galt?
The bill collector, Joe.
I already told you, Galt. I made some money, yeah, but Uncle Sam... Hello, Galt. Hello. Dumb. He's dumb. Driver, get with it. That taxi that's been following us. Lose it. The Opera House, quick.
In just a moment, we will return for the concluding act of Suspense. Pepsi-Cola refreshes without filling. Why? Because it's truly light.
Charlie, you're forgetting something.
Wait, Kay, there's more. Yes, ice-cold Pepsi is the delicious refreshment that goes great at a picnic or a party.
But, Charlie...
And Pepsi goes fast. People like it, so keep plenty handy. There.
Oh, you did fine, except for one thing.
Well, I mentioned lightness and how Pepsi refreshes and how fast it goes.
You left out Pepsi sociability. You know the Be Sociable song.
But, Kay, I can't sing.
I can. Listen.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Well, at least I can say this. Pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today.
Please do.
Joe, what kept you so long?
I got held up in traffic.
You're out of breath. Is anything the matter?
I had to get out and walk. This crosstown traffic is hopeless.
Well, I thought we might run through some of our numbers.
Who's that? Who's that out in the audience?
They said they were friends of yours.
Friends? You out there. That you, Galt?
Present. Bum.
How'd you get in here? You and all your pals. How'd you get past the doorman?
Persuasion, Joe. We persuaded them.
Fran, get to a phone. Call the police.
Why? I don't understand.
He's been following me. They're gonna kill me.
Joe.
Hurry.
You going someplace, singing lady?
I thought you were smart, Galt. This time next week I'll be in big money, but big. I'm just about out of hock with Uncle Sam now. There'll be plenty of loot now for both of us, Galt.
Sure. Only you building me one in your hotel room. You can't buy back that right cross. It hurts. Make it go away, Joey. You hear me, Joe? Sing.
Look, Harry.
Joe, the backstage phone is dead.
Then go to the box office. Go outside. He's going to get me, I tell you.
All the passages are guarded. I can't move, Joe.
So what's a good word, Joe?
Galt, listen. So I made a mistake.
Sing, Joe.
I'm sorry I hit you, Harry.
Sing, Joe. Let's see you hit something with your voice. Let's hear a good high one.
Sure. I'd be proud to, Harry.
I'd be proud to, Harry.
Joe!
Fran, the chandelier. Like the wine glass. And don't look, Galt is sitting under the chandelier.
Who are you mumbling at, Joe? Let me in on it. Who are you mumbling at? Your girl walked out on you during the act.
Fran, where are you?
Too bad. I was hoping you'd give us a nice duet. Let's hear your solo, Joe. Sing.
Sure, Harry. Let me limber up the old vocal cords, huh?
Why, sure, Joe. Limber up in good health. While you got it.
The chandelier.
Here! Good, Joe.
Again.
Here!
It's swinging.
Here!
It's going.
Here!
It's going. I did it. It worked. I did it. I sang down the chandelier. Fran, where are you? I did it. Talk about Caruso. Did you see those bums clear out of here? Fran, where the devil?
Oh, Joe.
Where were you? You went and missed it all. Galt's gone. He's dead. He's a goner. Fran, it worked.
I killed...
You're supposed to be my girl. Where were you? The biggest moment of my life, and they'll be talking about this when I'm dead and gone. Talk about Caruso. What do you mean? You killed him?
I was in the loft.
Loft?
The attic, I guess you'll call it. Working the winch.
Winch? Winch?
He got raises and lowers the chandelier for cleaning. I thought, if I worked the winch back and forth, if I got the chandelier to swing it might break its cable and...
You're a liar.
I killed him. I had to, Joe. For you.
You're a liar. Liar, 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 liar!
You're insane.
I did it, me, Joe Trenton. I stood right here and belted it out. I sang it out. I sang down that chandelier. Listen to this.
You're mad.
Fran, I can't raise my voice. Fran, what's the matter with me? I can't speak. I can't sing.
No, Joe. But then you never could. Well, somebody ought to notify the authorities.
Fran.
Yes.
Fran. I broke that wine glass with my voice. Didn't I?
Yes, Joe. I can't ever take that away from you.
Talk about Caruso.
Suspense. You've been listening to Talk About Caruso, written for Suspense by Milton Geiger. In a moment, the names of our players and a word about next week's story of Suspense.
Are you out of tune due to irregularity? Then help yourself get back in tune with Kellogg's All Brand. Pleasant, isn't it? The feeling of well-being you get when constipation from lack of bulk is no longer a worry, when harsh, irritating drug laxatives can be thrown away. Because Kellogg's All Brand is the normal, natural way to regularity. Its whole brand content gentles away constipation, supplies your system with the bulk-forming food you need for youthful regularity. And it tastes good, too. Fact is, Kellogg's All Brand is the one and only whole brand cereal that combines proved effectiveness with appetizing taste and crispness. So if you're out of tune, help yourself get back in tune as millions do with Kellogg's All Brand. ALL-BRAN. Kellogg's All Brand.
Heard in tonight's story were Stuart Foster as Joe Trenton, Arlene Walker as Francesca, Robert Dryden as Arrigo, and Mason Adams as Galt. Listen again next week when we return with A Coffin for Mr. Cash by Robert Arthur, another tale well calculated to keep you in